Got to join the queue. Quite the crowd, and it's barely 10 in the morning. But it's the first time in a couple of years where you can come to the open house without having to get any ticketing or via ballot. So the crowds are here for it. Okay, I'm in. I think I was in line for about 40 minutes and security was very greasy. They split the crowds into two lines with sufficient security clearance counters. So it's time to explore this place. I forgot to do an opening and introduce myself. So hello, welcome, good morning. I am Casper. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am at the Istana, which is the presidential palace. That's what Istana means in Malay. It's smack right in the middle of one of the busiest shopping districts in Singapore, Orchard Road. In fact, it's right next to one of the busiest malls in Orchard Road, and this highly secured place is over 40 hectares in size. So yeah, let's go check it out. Okay, so this place is huge, and one of the first things that we will come across is this huge lawn. And one of the features of this lawn is this lake where everyone is heading to. I don't know what's the main attraction of it. I mean, there's a few swans there, a family of swans, and everyone's rushing there to see swans. I don't know why. They say swan. There's another swan. There's another swan back there. Can I find it out? Yeah, there's another swan there. Pretty. So the grounds is over 40 hectares, and it used to be a nutmeg plantation or orchard. Hence, that's where Orchard Road gets its name from. This whole place used to be lined with orchards of different crops. So where the Istana stood, it used to be a nutmeg plantation. Cool, huh? So I'm walking towards the main Istana building, down this long driveway with lots of people today. So after that fork in the road, coming through these gates, one of the first things on the right hand side is the Japanese themed garden. It was recently revamped, I think about 1 or 2 years ago. Completely redone and improved, and yeah, let's go see it. Wow, I really like this Japanese garden. They added a water cascade. It's really beautiful, and the sound of running water is so tranquil. Tranquil, if we didn't have like hundreds and thousands of people running around in the background. Yeah, the sound of bubbling running water is really relaxing in its intention. Not today. In order to get the look, they actually did a little bit of a cheat for the kind of plants that they chose here, because obviously our climate is totally different from Japan's, even at the most subtropical places. So from the trees and even the flowers, yeah, the shrubs, the flowers behind me, they actually use plants from the region or that can adapt to Singapore's climate. But here, in order to get that Japanese feel, so the flowers are actually from Vietnam. Vietnam actually, the northern parts are up in the mountains. Actually, have climates closer to Japan's. So yeah, we use a bit of a cheat code for the garden here. Oh my goodness, I love it. I actually get to see a Tamatuan. Let's wait for them to take the next group photo. I'm taking hints, I'm taking notes, I'm learning, it's a lesson. You gotta applaud them for the effort in dressing up in a theme and bringing their prop. They came prepared, people. They came prepared. They knew what they were gonna do, and they are gonna do it. Oh, they're gonna take the photo now. This is gotta be me and my friends in 20 years. Not giving enough. Love it. Be yourself. 做自己. I'm now in the Orchid Garden. Singapore has a thing for orchids. In this garden you can walk through and they are tall and all around you. Isn't that pretty? Path is a little bit muddy. I'm gonna just baku to where I came from. The Orchid Garden is just right outside this mansion, the standalone mansion that used to be that is used to host foreign dignitaries when they visit. Queen Elizabeth, I stayed here before, but they don't do that anymore since I think the 1960s or the 70s. Oh god, it's really sunny right now. I need to take shelter and get in the shade. But thankfully, the Istana is full of tall, mature trees with large cover. They're really beautiful too. I am loving how green everything is, and they've got lots of colorful flowers planted around. So beautiful and true to our theme of trying to be a city in a garden. I'm approaching the Grand Dame, the main building here, and she is beautiful. I'm coming up from the front lawn, not from the driveway, so it's a bit of a different experience seeing her face front on the approach. Wow, she grand, yo. She grand. One thing I really like is that around this front lawn, it's lined with these trellises, and they are subtle yet beautiful in the sense that they incorporate very colonial architecture elements, and a very good solution to green up the place and provide some shade around the front lawn. The main building is situated on the top of a hill that is about 14 meters above sea level, and you can actually see Marina Bay Sands from the front lawn. I read that in the past, at the main building, the top of the hill, on a clear day, you should be able to, or used to be able to see the southern parts of the southern islands of Indonesia that's closer to Singapore, like Batam, the Riau Islands. Unfortunately, we've got too many skyscrapers now, but I bet the view up top is still pretty good. Going up the stairs right to the main building now. The main building is beautiful, and it's a mix of architectural styles. Cool. And I'm outside the main building now. The main building is really grand, really stately, really beautiful, in pristine condition. The original building was built in 1869. So, I don't know how many years is that, 170? 130? Someone correct me please. But anyway, yeah, the original building was built in 1869 and there was a recent refurbishment, extension and updating done in the 90s. So they expanded it, but they have kept it at 2 levels to maintain the original style of architecture and heritage behind it. Although the Istana is known as the official residence for the president here and another side building for the prime minister, they don't live here. They use it more as a place to host or for their as their office. No one lives here. Don't come knocking on her door. Okay, I'm gonna head in to view. I don't know which place I'm gonna let us view, but anyway, they're letting us enter the first floor. Oh, the president is here. I just missed the buggy, but anyway, the president just passed.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Okay, I'm trying to join the line to buy the ticket to enter the main building, but the line is way longer than I expected. I have no interest in waiting so long, so I'm gonna view the other gardens first and maybe come back to it later. So I'm in a garden called the Inclusive Garden because there are some features here that makes it more inclusive of the general population, including those who need wheelchairs to get around. So the paths are wider to accommodate the width of a wheelchair and space to let people pass through. And the planters and the height of the plants are mostly around waist level or viewable from waist level, so that these wheelchair users are able to view and enjoy the garden too. I really like this initiative, and these features have actually been rolled out in a few of the public gardens in the rest of Singapore, especially those called the therapeutic gardens. Foreign dignitaries are not the only people who may be hosted here at the Istana. There's even a bee hotel here to encourage bees to come and pollinate the garden. Okay, I'm not going to hang around the bee hotel a little long. I'm actually afraid of insects. Okay, looking around to go to Sri Temasek. Sri Temasek is actually the official residence of the Prime Minister of Singapore. But as I said earlier, no one lives there, so don't go knocking on his door. Yeah, it's a standalone villa like most of the colonial era buildings here are. So let's go see what it looks like. It's also got this huge front lawn in front of it. Cool. This is the closest we can get to Sri Temasek. It's barricaded and guarded. Okay, for the curious, I think one question I have answered is that why am I here in the Istana, or rather why are these hundreds and thousands of people here at the Istana today, when usually when you pass by it, the gates are closed, locked and heavily guarded. Well, one thing is that the Istana is actually open to the public about 4 or 5 days a year, usually on major public holidays. So yeah, that's why the crowd is excited and they have come in droves to view the Istana. It suddenly started to rain. Everyone's running under the trellis, but they all don't know that trellises are not proper shelters, eh? Thank goodness I brought a foldable umbrella. That's a very beautiful gazebo here, and people are just hiding at it because they don't have umbrellas. Oh god, it looks so orange because of the umbrella. Oh, I think that was the last of the themed gardens to explore. I'm gonna try get into the main building's viewing gallery now. Wish me luck. I heard they're not letting people in because of the weather and the crowd. Wish me luck. Later. Just out of the main building, after viewing a couple of galleries, they displayed a lot of the gifts from foreign dignitaries. So beautiful. The sculptures, the framed artwork, lots of vases, lots of tea sets, lots of bowls, like punch bowls, fruit bowls, crystal bowls, lots of bowls. But yeah, they were all very beautiful, very tastefully selected. The colors are very elegant and classy, and they are all very significant in terms of culture and art. Some of them are also historically significant, coming to given to us here even before independence. So it does mean a lot to Singapore. Unfortunately, photo and video taking is not allowed in the main building. So I will leave a link in the description box below from an article the Straits Times, our national broadsheet, did a couple of years ago about the gifts, and they did some high resolution scans too. So click on the link in the description box and view the gifts. Also outside of the Istana, there is a small park with a heritage gallery where they curate a small portion of the state gifts for public viewing too. I'm not sure whether it's ticketed or bookings are needed, but yeah, I will also leave some information in the description box below about the Heritage Gallery if you are keen on that. I am done viewing the main things in the Istana, and as you can tell, it started raining again. It took about 2 or 3 hours, I guess, to really go and see everything around here. I learned a lot about the... Ooh, that's a good strong gust of wind. I learned a lot about the history and my own culture. So next time, if you have a chance to come, please come. And if there are any foreign friends who happen to be in town during such an occasion, it would be really great to bring them here too, because the Istana is only open about 4 or 5 days a year. Yeah, so it will be a really great chance to see something that not many people get to see, even for locals. Okay, I feel like the wind is getting stronger and I should take shelter, and I'm parched, so I'm gonna go get coffee, I guess, and seek shelter. That's all for today. Please like and subscribe. Okay, thanks, bye.